Hello, and welcome all to another episode of the Spooky Spooky Horror Show podcast. I'm your host, Sean. I'm joined by still recovering from COVID, Anthony. Today, we're going to be talking about a movie we've recently had the opportunity to check out before it's released in theaters. It's Megan Fox's new sci-fi thriller, Subservience, about rogue AI. I know it's not horror,
but horror has a very
yes. I was gonna say
with this. It's
something that my
Sci-fi.
wife said that Alien isn't horror.
Ever that always gets me. That gets me
But
so
they're
frustrated.
scary.
With that. Yeah,
And-
sci-fi always goes hand in hand with that.
Especially it's
Futuristic.
an
and-
AI android, I guess. That
not a cyborg.
Because a cyborg would entail that it's human. That some part is human. So yeah, I
It'd
guess
have
it
to
would
be
just,
an AI.
Yeah, it's like an AI android.
Yeah.
And those things are creepy. They're creepy as fuck.
Considering we have them now.
Let's get into a little bit of the info about the film that we're going to be talking about today. Subservience is an upcoming sci-fi thriller about a struggling father living in a world that is slowly adapting to Sims managing their daily lives. When his wife falls ill, he purchases a domestic sim, we'll get into that a little bit later, to help care for his children and manage his house while he tries to get his head above water. But he is wholly unaware of how deadly this sim is becoming. Subservience is directed by S.K. Dale, who is fresh off directing Till Death, which also starred Megan Fox. I loved that movie. That was the one where it's like she's like handcuffed to like her husband. People are coming to like rob her and shit, and she's trying to survive. It was really good. It was really fucking good. It was written by Will Henley and April Maguire. It stars Megan Fox, Italian actor, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Michele Morrone, and Madeline Zima from The Nanny and Doom Patrol. And Doom Patrol was a fantastic show. Yeah, that was the youngest daughter from The Nanny. His wife.
No shit.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Holy shit. Damn, that feels like forever ago.
Yes, it
You're
does.
old, man.
It was.
Holy shit. Oh.
It was.
She doesn't look that old in this movie, but Jesus
No.
Christ, that was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
With music by Jed Palmer, cinematography by Daniel Lindholm, and filmed in Sofia, Bulgaria. I loved this movie. I had so much fun watching it. The acting from everyone was great. Even the child actor, Matilda Firth. And since The Babadook, I fucking hate seeing child actors in films.
Fucking terrible. That child was a dick. Well, it wasn't the child's fault in that movie, but that child's character was a scary dick. Okay, yes, but no, that's fun. Every time I see that thumbnail on anything that streams, I go, what the fuck, fucking Papa
Yeah,
Dude?
no.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think she did a bad job at all in this movie. The child actor, I don't think she did there wasn't a lot of scenes.
She was in plenty, but when
She nailed the mark every time,
Yeah,
but
for-
like
for
there wasn't
me-
a lot.
For me with child actors, it's a lot like the Babadook, the kid in the Babadook, where he's just screaming and he's annoying and it's like
Yeah.
it completely takes you out. The same thing can be said for Skinamarink,
I don't like that movie.
which I do not think is a scary movie at all. I think it's a poorly
It's actually
made
pretty bad.
ripoff of
Yeah.
analog horror type things on YouTube. The director didn't know what he was doing, and the child actors in it were fucking awful. And I'm pretty sure they were like his family, but it's like, no, it was terrible. So coming into this and seeing a little girl that can act well, she hits her marks. She doesn't like stand out where like it detracts from everything else that's going on. I thought that was good. But like Megan Fox stole the show in this. She was creepy and it was sexy, and it shouldn't have been sexy.
That whole thing is weird.
She's a
That whole
domestic
thing is
sim.
weird.
Why does she have a vagina?
I was like, so like, I didn't hear any conversation when he was like, "Oh, you have a pulse. Do you have a vagina?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you go about that? Like, that was very weird. And then she was really aggressive. Like the next scene should have been like chains and whips and shit. Like, it did like a turn.
Like I said earlier about not being people being like, "Oh, this probably isn't a horror film." People have different fears. I'm not scared of AI. I'm not one of those fucking morons. So it's like AI is gonna fucking blah.
Oh,
No.
I'm not scared of AI, but yeah, Skynet's coming. Yeah, I'm not scared of it though. That's our fault, but it's okay.
Yeah, the Sims in this are all super creepy, even when they're not trying to be, because they're
look dead behind the eye. Humanoid looking dead behind the eyes. So it's not even here. They failed the one thing they were supposed to do was to make it human looking. You could have made it look like a Terminator if you gave it some expression in its face. It would have been golden. Like just some sort of expression. So but and they made her look. They made her look human, but not her. The face, the way the makeup and stuff was, it didn't look like it was human, but it was. You know?
Yeah, it was weird. But the feeling that I got from the Sims in this movie is the same like feeling I get from the synths and stuff in the video game Detroit Become Human. It feels like looking at them and seeing them do stuff. It's like there's just something about it that just irks me, and I can't put my finger on it. I was really worried that she was going to head the same way as Tara Reid, because that's what Tara Reid was. Tara Reid was just thrown in stuff, and it's like, I'm the sexy girl. I'm also a scientist, and it's like, no, you're not. Like, stop it. No, you're not. Like, this is just terrible.
We
fucking
grew up
casting.
with poor Tara.
After watching Till Death, I was like, maybe this is the spot for her. You know, like these types of roles where
she's finding her niche.
She could kind of play with everything, and then Subservience. And I saw the trailer and I was like, this is really weird. And I remember watching it and I was like, this kind of looks good. What wife would ever let you come home with a domestic sim that looks like Megan Fox? My wife went, absolutely not. No.
Really?
She's like, no.
I'm over here texting this guy, be like, listen, why are they not being like, yes, come on in, come on in?
Because it comes down to, she's like, you're gonna fuck it.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I mean, I don't understand where if that wasn't in this film, that would have just made no sense.
And I was like, of course, like do the male Sims not have penises? Of course they do. Because
that's what I'm saying.
That's happening.
Yes.
But it's like, if these are supposed to be like the domestic Sims that are like helping everything, if you want to like help your wife out and be like, no, it's not about sex, it's, you know, whatever and everything, then get the model without the vagina.
First off, I don't understand why it was built with the vagina. Does it have a period? Does it have a robot period? Does it need an oil change from there? Exactly.
Everything about these, it's just sex. The only reason to build these things is sex. So it's really fucking weird. If you need a domestic sim to just take care of the household stuff, why doesn't it look like Wally?
What was her name?
Why doesn't it just look like Wally?
Or
like,
Rosa?
There's no reason.
Rosette, what was her name from fucking Jetsons?
Rosie. Yeah.
Rosie.
So it's like,
Rosie.
So it's like that's where a lot of my stuff is like that's where a lot of my this kind of creeps me out. I don't want it to look like a human.
Like don't shame yourself for that.
Yeah.
That is a legitimate feeling that you should have.
Yeah. So my wife goes, if we were in a situation where we were able to get one of these, you would not be allowed to bring home an Alice domestic sim until after I'm dead. That's when you can bring that sim home. That sim does not come home while there's a chance that I could still live. Like that's taken off the fucking table. like no, and I think the wife even jokes that like, I thought you were gonna get like an old British butler. Your daughter picked this one out.
Awesome.
Yeah, sure, your daughter picked this one out. I wanted a Mr. Belvedere, and you brought home.
Dude, I just said
Megan
in my head,
Fox.
I was like, dude, fucking Mr. Belvedere. That show was awesome growing up as a kid.
Yeah. Well, no, you got Megan Fox.
And you know what's worse is that there's a scene
home, your wife would kick you out.
There's a scene with them like in a line where they all kind of have a stock Megan Fox look to them. The construction workers all kind of had a theme look to themselves. So it's not as if like you couldn't have a choice to get a male one.
Yeah.
Why wasn't the male one offered?
Well, the daughter didn't want that one. The daughter wanted this one.
I'm sorry. I don't feel like this is a fucking option at that point. Like
it was good because, you know, she was normal and like he wasn't trying to have sex with the robot and everything. He just he was just trying to get his head above water and try to like de-stress a little bit, and then Casablanca, and shit just goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
And
like,
it's like,
I understand when we all speak about AI and how things would work with it, and I kind of I got my head around it. I get that they would kind of be like, every time something like he says that, like I would figure an AI is gonna go like, oh, in the back of my head, oh, I got that, I wrote it down, saved it, it's in the bank, I know it now.
Yeah.
I'll have things to strike up conversations with him, adapt and learn. But this bitch learned a little too much, just a little too much.
I don't want to get into
grabbed his
like
dick. I was like, wait a minute, why do you even know that? All you're supposed to do is cook, clean, and watch a kid. Cook, clean, and watch a kid. You don't need to know about that.
the most advanced AI is in her. She learned quick.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh God.
Whoever the
it's
hell that
just-
scientist was that made that, put that in there. You get what I'm saying? And with that UV light down there.
Yeah, it was just oh God, it's probably down there too. Yeah, no, it's like I really like this movie. I enjoyed the story that it told. It didn't feel like a long movie, which from the movies that we've been watching this season,
I'll be 100% honest,
Holy
as a person with
fucking
COVID in the room, everything this whole entire week, I felt like I had like a time warp. I'm
Yeah.
not fucking joking. So it felt like it was like a 4-hour movie for me, but I had no concept of time this whole entire week. It was such a fucking weird thing. But I mean, for the average movies nowadays, it's fucking 2 hours. So, you know what I mean? I don't think this hit 2 hours.
No, this was 90 minutes, I think.
93?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe?
But yeah, like I watched it twice. It was fun. It was well acted. The husband, Michele. I had to look up. I was like, I want to make sure I say it right. And the guy was like, you want to know how to pronounce the Italian actor Michele Morone name? Don't say Michele. Don't say Michelle. But no, he was great. I felt bad for him like the whole time. It's like the love of your life
whole
is sick.
situation.
As someone who just had his wife like battling
Damn near
fucking
almost die.
cancer and shit, and go through chemo, radiation, surgery, getting ready for another surgery later. Like, I feel for this dad. You still don't bring home the Megan
hottest
Fox
AI
model
ever.
until after the wife is dead. That's when that happens. You don't do that beforehand.
That's
You do that after. You either suck it up and take care of everything yourself, or you get the
And
Mr.
read the
Belvedere
room,
model.
or-
But you don't bring home the Megan
Yeah.
Fox model and then bring the Megan Fox model to the hospital to see your wife. Like, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that.
It really struck me odd. Even the non-jealous of women, it struck me odd that when the wife, because she didn't see, mind you, everyone, this woman didn't see this woman. This woman was not, or AI. This was not like something like they sat down with a brochure and she helped pick it out. Okay, so that being said, well, I am very surprised this woman to go, are you fucking serious? Like the first time she saw that, like, what?
She did. She did. She looked and went, I know your daughter, our daughter picked it out. I know your type. It's like, ugh.
And why does
But
the AI have to have such big boobies? Like, and I was like, okay, so she's half naked. I was like, so why did you have to make it that way? It was made specifically for one reason. We know this, but if it's not, you're telling me you just put that there, what? Because it makes you feel like it's normal? There's also small-breasted women. There's women that doesn't look like they have breasts. You don't have to have
I'm sure there's different models.
one.
I'm sure there were different models. It's
Oh, there
just,
probably was, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's a little bit sus.
It was really weird. Megan Fox as an android sim, whatever, just trying to help the family. It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of that and everything. That was great. But when the switch started to happen and it just slowly started to tick up more and more, her not quite right, where even other sims were noticing it.
Yeah, the one guy was like, what are you doing? He's like, I rewrote my own program. What?
Yeah.
What? Huh?
All the stuff with the husband and his job, and like the workforce, it's like that's gonna happen.
It's getting scary close.
But yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of a meta commentary on like how, a lot of factories are basically being run by computers.
Automation.
Yeah, there's a couple of humans there to make sure shit runs right.
Got it.
But
as their foreman said, we have to have a skin
to make sure stuff like goes the way that it's supposed to. So it's like, I mean, if there was like a universal basic income, probably wouldn't have to worry about that. But I mean, that's too socialist.
You better change the subject now before this turns into a very long podcast.
Yeah,
a lot of fucking editing from my end. But I mean, I feel like this is gonna do very well.
Yeah, like I said, like I was I was surprised that I liked it as much. I really loved Megan Fox in it. I loved Michele. I thought
the main character was good.
The father was great. Madeline, the wife, where she was in it was great. The little girl was awesome. I'm pleasantly surprised. Like this is a 4 out of 5. I don't think it's quite perfect. It was shot beautifully. The music was great. The acting was good, really good. It's just I wanted more of
background.
Like I wanted
or plot.
We spent a lot.
Is that what you're going for?
No, we got a lot of plot. We almost got too much plot. So there's a lot of story, but I wanted to know more
about Alice,
about the Alice model, because like you said, I think we should have seen more.
Subservience to Alice Project.
I mean, the end of it does
where they go back,
up.
Dude. Get a hold of this guy. I got the next fucking script. They go back to when they first started making these fucking things. The doctor that came up with it, he's in there. They're going, oh, this will never happen. We got fail-safes, blah, 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 blah. And then a whole bunch of shit happens that makes their fucking recall. And then it leads into what? This movie, like a prequel. Boom, mic drop. We are now, sign us. You come on. The two of us, we got ideas. Sign us.
Oh, God. I'm leaving that in.
So,
I'm just gonna go to widescreen of view.
You tell me that's not a good.
Boom,
you tell me
drop.
that's not the next movie. Tell me that's not a good script for the next movie. I just shark pitched you the whole next fucking movie. Get a hold of me, Sean and fucking Anthony, spookyhorror.com.
Yeah. If this ends up in the next film, you'll hear from our lawyers.
Damn fucking, I'm telling you, I got you. Right there.
It's like I give this 4 out of 5. UV mouth lights.
Oh my God! You have to make an emoji for Discord.
No, not because that
make it where like it's just a real wide and then it's just a blue light in the mouth. Oh my God! I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna say 4 out of that one too.
But no, we like this movie. We recommend people go see it. It's fun. Subservience will be hitting streaming platforms on September 13th, so make sure to check it out.
Spooky horror seal of approval.
Yeah, this is a good movie. This is fun. Thank you for checking out our review of Subservience, directed by S.K. Dale and starring Megan Fox. And we will see all of you next time. Bye.
Later.